Hello guys, good day to you all. You're welcome to Geo's Review channel. Today we are going to Root Category 247's video titled Eat Above Heart. Featuring in this video are Toosweet Annan, Genevieve Ukatu, Ebube E Akuegbu, and others. This video explores a family's financial struggles as well as a proposed marriage alliance, resulting in this drama as it unfolds with intense emotions as well as family conflict. Tobina had to inherit, aside his own financial as well as property inheritance, has to pay or a sort of a debt of life, which has to do with taking an unexpected decisions with series of challenges, as in getting married to Mr. Salah's daughter, as in the kid's man to his dad, to his grandfather. Why this kind of inheritance as a debt of life that needs to be paid? Grandfather left the story for him to see reasons to why he had to compel him to do so. The day that Tobina's parents, the father, mother, died, they had a terrible accident, as in a trailer ran into their vehicle. And not only his parents were involved or were in their vehicle, but also with their gateman's only son. And they all lost their lives. And that was what really made Tobina's grandfather to put the family as part of Tobina's inheritance that he needs to settle by getting married to Mr. Silas Ejiki's daughter to compensate for the loss of his son, his only son. This hasn't been all that easy for him because it involves the both, as in Tobina and then Naza. They were both strangers to go into this kind of a decision. It wasn't called for, but in the long run, the both parties involved, as in Naza and then Tobina, saw reason to it. And not only that, they ended up, seeing themselves as lovers because they developed interest in themselves. Although it hasn't been easy, they have to pass through a series of challenges. After their marriage, they got married. Naza started, behaving awkwardly towards Tobena and making him to see the reason, or rather, letting Tobena knows that she doesn't want their marriage. But deep down, Tobena's mind as well, he doesn't want to go into it, but he just take it as an obligation for him from his beloved granddad. So Tobena was there taking all the shit, as in the treatment Naza has been, or rather the attitude that Naza has been exhibiting towards him. She doesn't need to do any work at all. The domestic staffs were there. Even driver is assigned to her. All what she needs to do is just to play a role as the wife. But then she made it a little bit tough for Tobena. So at the end, Tobena had to ask her what she wants, and she said she really want to go to school. That she's been through a lot to get a JAMB result for her to enter university. So Tobena followed up and was able to get the admission for her. And the first day Naza got to the university, she met with a guy, a classmate, and that was how they started this kind of friendship that's so hot. A crazy friendship that affects negatively, making Naza to change her mind towards her husband, Tobena, or also using Naza as their ATM. But this guy with Dave, with the others, three of them, they keep on making Naza, to attend parties, spend money, go outings all the time without even facing their main purpose of being in that institution, and to which, wasn't which wasn't ideal for Naza. The driver, as in Charlotte, has been, making her serious into the fact that she is married and she needs to mind the kind of friends she really with. So Charlotte had to approach Tobena and let him know what is really happening. And Tobena came to the school and met her, that is Naza, with the guy, the way they've been spending time together. So from there, Tobena now asked Naza what she really wants. And she said she wants her freedom. She doesn't want her to be followed up and down. And Tobena gave her a blank check in which she wrote the amount she wanted, and she left her home and rented an apartment and started moving, spending time with her friends, that is classmates at the university. And that was the way, she keep on like that. And as she was on her own, enjoying her freedom, Tobena Tobena's girlfriend came from overs, that's his childhood friend, and she came around. And while she came around, she was even able to help Tobena because Tobena has been down thinking, and that kind of thoughts, a disappointing one that nearly led him to having a heart problem, as the doctor told him. So he recovered instantly as his childhood friend came. So they spent time together, and not quite long, while Tobena and his friend were at home, Nazana realized that this kind of friend that made her to, leave her husband and to start how to continue their kind of reckless lifestyle, spending money and going to clubs, not having time to study. She now realized the fact that those friends, they weren't having a positive influence on her. So that was how she has to confront them, and she now moved back to home. On getting home, she now met Tobena with his childhood friend, and she was even trying to fight while Tobena stepped into this to calm down the situation. And at the end, Tobena and Naza, they came together as husband and wife, and while Tobena's girlfriend, as a childhood friend, had to leave. So Naza has been to her dad, and her dad has explained everything to her that Tobena doesn't really even want to marry her. Well, just for the fact that he wants to honor his granddad's request during his last wish. That is why he consented to the inheritance in form of a debt of life for him to get married to Naza. So that one now made Naza to see that they were both in the same situation together. So, and she has been, developing interest in Tobena. Also, Tobena also is developing interest in Chinaza so much that they both realized that they could not, separate again, and they need to continue. The love now began to boom, as all the domestic staff would see that. Naza decided now, to be the kind of wife she's supposed to be. She promised Tobena she stopped mingling with her classmates. She goes to her lectures, come back, and getting back home, she does her duty. Essentially, she has the cook Joy to allow her to do the cooking for her own. And that was how, at the end of the story, that grandpa's last wish was, fulfilled. It wasn't all that easy because both Tobena and Naza weren't, intimate before they got married. They were both strangers, and it hasn't been all that easy. But at the end, we were able to skate through. Also, we could see the kind of nature that Naza had, especially in relation to mother's nephew, Chika, that has a Down syndrome. She always cares about this boy. That's why the fact that that's why the fact that is not directly brother, but our mother's nephew. Well, she has that kind of caring, and she has a caring heart, and that kind of pussy, that kind of love that does not think of maybe you having money to be able to do what you need to do. Although she consented to the marriage because she needs, or the family needs money to be able to take care of Chika medication. And also Naza realized that she was so lucky to have that kind of a man like Tobena that's so caring, supportive, and loving as well as caring. So I implore you all to try and watch this challenging video. Like, share, and comment, and you can give your comments. Oh.